For the Math and Statistics Center, we don't utilize the appointment tool, or we haven't utilized the appointment tool as of yet, because we have all of our services are drop-in. So those drop-in hours have fallen anywhere from about like starting around 12 p.m. and running from about 7 or 8 till about 7 or 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And then we also have weekend hours, because we know a lot of our students are working, have other commitments during the day. Maybe you're only taking night classes. So we do have hours that reflect that you all could need help at different points during the day. So we have tutors from various different areas that can help you in statistics, whether that is getting used to your statistics software. I believe there's some programs you could be in CAS that could use SPSS, which is a statistics software, which if you don't know what it is, we have tutors that can help you get used to using that software. So even if you don't have questions about the actual math or the statistics, but maybe you just need help with how to actually use the software for your courses, we have help for that too. So it's not just if you have questions for your math or like, what is this formula? How do I do this problem? But maybe you don't even know how to get started. So we're also here for that as well. And I just wanted to give you guys a chance to ask any questions. In the chat, we have put our email addresses. So all of these email addresses either link to Sharon, David, or myself, but they're way easier to remember. My last name is kind of crazy. So this math@ubolt.edu is way easier to remember than my actual email address, but that will link to my inbox.
So I know that the APPL students have a lot of SPSS needs and writing needs. So what other programs do you see a lot of graduate students, and what kinds of help might they need from your group?
From me in particular?
Any of you, just sort of, yeah.
I was going to say APPL is the biggest grad program that we see students for. And I always have at least one graduate tutor that's in one of the psych programs. So they know how to speak your language. I'm a business guy, so I don't necessarily speak the psych language, but we do have a tutor always that helps. But that's the main group that utilizes our services for stats. But they definitely, I think all the programs utilize the Writing Center.
For CAS, so more generally about the Writing Center, another program that is housed in the Writing Center that supports students is our Writing Fellows program. We don't currently have any representation from APPL, but if any faculty on this, Ms. Spencer, if you know a faculty member who might be interested in being a fellow, I can touch base with you. But so basically, if the Writing Fellows applied psychology, is that right? APPL?
Yes.
Yes. Good question, Sarah. You have to learn to speak the acronyms. But you're in the CWPA program, right, Sarah? Creative Writing and Publishing Honors.
Yes, it's applied psychology.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so just to sort of highlight the Writing Fellows program, this program is when a consultant is embedded in a course through the duration of the course. So they act as that consultant, that fellow acts as the personal consultant to a particular class. So right now we have Writing Fellows or embedded consultants in PUAD courses. We have fellows in some business courses, courses in CPA as well. And I think we have one course that is in CAS, but that's another service. But more broadly speaking, in the Writing Center, we work with all disciplines. We work with students in all genres. Part of what we do is to help students identify genre characteristics that they encounter in their disciplines. And through that identification process, students are better prepared to distinguish one genre from another across their disciplinary track. So that's, I'm from CPA, so College of Public Affairs. So, you know, the difference between recognizing genre characteristics between doing a literature review versus doing some kind of analysis or a policy brief. And so, as an example, that is the type of collaborative consultation that we would focus on in the Writing Center, in addition to focusing on the writing itself. But how is the writing organized? Is there a strong thesis? Are we are we effectively incorporating quotes, paraphrasing, cited information? We cover the whole landscape of your writing process.
So, and I also want to chime in with David too, just to let everyone know that with the psychology program, they might have a paper that they're doing and they're going to the Writing Center. And if that particular writing consultant is not familiar with the content, and like Sarah had clearly brought up, like the jargon, you know, of things in the paper, they can connect them to a tutor that I have. They can actually co-collaborate to help that person. So we do, like, you know, kind of like, want to say pair each other together, you know, like, oh, I have a psychology tutor and they're writing a paper in psychology. They can go over the organization, they're writing the different things, but they can't talk about the theories. So we can kind of connect them. And I'm thinking in the fall, because we're not going to be on site, we usually have on site, we have what they call the beam rooms, like the glass rooms that are on the second floor. A lot of, I want to say, the students come in and study together, but I'm going to try to be using my coaches to make study groups and have breakout rooms. So like, say for instance, if it's a Wednesday, you'll know that I always use accounting, I'm sorry, or economics. Economics 308 is going to have a review session that's going to be held on Wednesdays from 1 to 2. But we could do something else for any other content area too. So I want to kind of get everybody, you know, in board and not be disencouraged, you know, motivated to learn and all that other things. So that's something that we can definitely set up.